Today on Focal Point, we are going to learn what it's like to act from theater arts professor Ardencia Hall Karumbe. Get a behind the scenes look at the Veterans Resource Center and discuss education and politics with the students of CCP. I hope you're ready for the lights, camera, and action. Stay with us. Hi, welcome to Focal Point on CCP TV, the educational channel of Community College of Philadelphia. I'm Darlene Muntz, a student in the theater arts curriculum here at CCP. We have an exciting show for you today. I am here with Associate Professor of the Theater Arts Curriculum. Welcome, Dr. Hall.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here.
How did you begin teaching here in the theater curriculum here at CCP?
So I've been here about 14 years, 15 years this coming fall. And I had been applying. I taught at Lehigh University right up the street in Bethlehem. Mm-hmm. And after leaving there and taking some time off to have my son, I started looking for another position. I had moved back to Texas and I decided, I was going to move back to Pennsylvania.
What can students entering the theater arts curriculum expect here at CCP?
They're going to be challenged. Mm-hmm. We want them to explore. We want them to discover new things about themselves and the possibilities of what they can create. Okay. And it's amazing sometimes to watch students when that light bulb goes on and it clicks and you're like, they get it. And then you start to see that process come into fruition and them advancing to certain levels. So I think the real thing that they're going to get from us is a serious challenge on what they think theater is and where they think their place in the theater world is.
Dr. Hall.
Yes, ma'am.
What are some of the challenges that a student can face when entering this business?
It's hard. And when I say theater, I'm going to include all forms of entertainment. Mm-hmm. Entertainment is very hard. And one of the things I always try to get students to understand, they have to have a tough skin. They have to learn to take criticism and take what they need and the rest that throw away. Mm-hmm. Not everything is meant for them to hold on to, but the things that help them to improve upon their art, those are the things they need to keep.
Why should students pursuing their acting career start here at CCP?
I think one of the reasons is because they will be able to get some close hands-on training that they're not going to get at a four-year institution. Most four-year institutions are sink or swim, and that competitive nature of theater starts very early. Okay. And as a lot of places, when you go as a freshman, they don't even allow you to audition. Your first year, you can't do a play. Your first year, they want you to get your GPA up, which is fine. Okay. So, and I understand that. Yes. So when you come here at CCP, we begin your training process to make you that artist scholar, so that when you do transfer to a four-year institution, that you are on solid ground and can compete with those people who have been there longer. But you get one-on-one. Our classes are small. Okay. We do a lot of outside projects to keep students busy. Mm-hmm. And we, as a curriculum, we communicate with each other about what's going on. And so we, I think that closeness, which is something theater it evolves with, has anyway, it becomes even more so here in this space.
Okay. What are some disadvantages new students may face or experience when entering the theater arts curriculum?
Disadvantages.
Yes.
I think a lot of students come in with preconceived notions of theater and acting, and so when those bubbles get burst, that usually puts them at a disadvantage.
What advice do you have for students entering the acting world?
Always be prepared to train.
Okay.
The training never stops.
Okay.
I mean, we look at people, and since the Grammys were on recently, we look at people like Adele and Beyonce and Taylor Swift. They still take vocal lessons.
Yes.
They still take music lessons. Even though they're at the top of their game, they're still in there working with that coach one-on-one. Don't ever think that you can get to a point where you don't have to go back to the fundamentals and enhance your art.
Okay. That was very informative, and that's all the time we have for now. Thanks for being with us, Dr. Hall.
My pleasure indeed.
We're looking forward to the new actors entering the theater arts curriculum this year. Okay, now I want to introduce you to our Veterans Resource Center, a great place that provides wonderful services for our current veteran students here at CCP. Let's take a look.
The mission of the Veterans Resource Center is to provide help and support to the veterans and the military population here at Community College of Philadelphia. The challenges that veterans face when they're returning to school is that most of them are older. They have adult responsibilities, and there's the transition challenge between a more rigid lifestyle and the civilian academic world that they're thrust in. We have anywhere between 600 to 700 veterans per semester. Well, we try to outreach to all veteran students before they enroll in school, but we also do personal outreach at different programs in and around the city. Well, the counseling we provide here is generally and mostly on their education benefits. Although we do provide some vocational and job opportunities, we also help out with tutoring and orientation, a number of guest speakers that come.
Interviews, and at that time they're going to the selecting official or someone on his staff would be contacting you, I would say within the first 2 weeks, to set up an interview. So based on how you're applying, the managers can pick and choose based on who we refer to them on who they want to interview.
Veterans in the military that are returning to college face a number of challenges. One is that they're generally older than most of the student population. Two, many have family responsibilities plus their own personal responsibilities that many of the younger students don't have. And then there's the transitional challenges that many of them face, starting a new career, starting back to school after being out for so long. We institute buddy systems. We try to pair up our veterans with either the same subject areas, or if they need help, there's individual tutoring that's provided. There's a number of paperwork trails that the veterans must face. And so we try to smooth the transition to higher education for our veterans. The program here for our veterans eases the transition between the military and higher education. There is a learning curve both in academics and in life, and going from a regimented of the military setting to a civilian, more relaxed setting is a little bit of a shock to the system. So we try to smooth it out as best we can.
I'm a veteran and also a student at CCP. It's really hard. I really had to ask for Steve's help. I wasn't working here at the time, but a lot of people don't know that I had surgery my first semester. They found a tumor. I had to ask Steve to help me, and I talk to my teachers and explain to them what a challenge I was going through. And he helped me through my first semester, and I wound up passing all my classes with high grades. And coming here now, my daughter also goes here. And now she also started work study this semester.
I'd just like to say that there's been a decrease in the amount of experience that the civilian population understands about what the military and veteran students themselves have to go through in order to go back to school. This is not a free ride for a lot of our student veterans. I know in the political landscape there's always talk about free education, free college and everything like that, but a lot of these men and women have spent a good portion, at least 3-4 years and more of their adult life serving the country, and now the country owes them a debt.
It's great to know that CCP values continued education for our veterans. On behalf of our team here at Focal Point, we would like to thank our current and retired veterans for their service. Thank you. With the presidential election coming up, the state of the education system in our nation is a hot topic. For our final segment, we're going to hear CCP students talk about their opinions about the current education system.
The government needs to take much more of a stand in making education much more affordable and or free.
Tuition currently is skyrocketing at a pretty alarming rate.
I believe education should not be 100% free. At least the government can help assist like a percentage of the tuition fee, but we have to pay some other stuff too, so we have to know the importance of education.
College should be available for everybody, at least financially.
I feel like it should be cheaper but not free.
Absolutely. I mean, every civilized society has a free educational system, and particularly up to 2 years in college.
It should be free, you know?
If education is free for everybody, then I'm not sure if we're going to be having quality of education.
One of the first things would have to be to lower the increase in the tuition rate.
FAFSA, the way that they set up who gets the most funding and how much you have to pay back for that isn't really fair, because it's all based right now on like parents taxing, and I think that that should change as to more of like what the student can pay.
I mean, education is a big thing and all, and just the amount of money to even get a simple degree is astounding.
It's already hard enough to go to any university or college as it is, let alone to not have much help from the government.
The funding that is even offered the interest rates are way too high.
It's kind of hard to get financial aid when all they give you is nothing but loans.
I'm an international student, so like we pay so much for like a semester, and then I'm here with my sister, so by the time they send us money for school fees, it's like way too expensive.
The requirement to have like $60,000, $80,000, or even $100,000 for just one single semester, it's ridiculous.
A lot of people that would be seen as successful, even nowadays, are being less and less as younger people, because we owe so much money to the government for trying to get an education.
I feel like more scholarships will help.
I think we should try and raise the wages of the teachers, make sure they have better paying. They teach students, they try and get them to learn, get them interested in different subjects and all. If the teacher doesn't want to teach them or anything, why is the student going to want to learn?
A lot of people do want to go and get that strive for a higher education, get that degree.
They should make it like equal for both international and out-of-state students.
Degrees in America would be more respected if general education courses didn't exist.
Where I'm from, I mean, they feel like if you do not go to school, I mean, you probably won't make it.
And education is at the forefront.
So you cannot just earn money and by not doing anything. So I believe you have to come to school and learn everything.
It's great to have our students engaged in today's politics. Well, that's it for today. I want to thank my guest, Dr. Hall Karambe, and the viewers for tuning in. You have been watching Focal Point, the Community College of Philadelphia magazine show on CCP TV, the educational channel of Community College of Philadelphia. All the segments for Focal Point are produced by the students in the digital video production curriculum. I'm Darlene Muntz, a student in the theater arts curriculum here at CCP. See you next time.